the vocals, the instruments dissolves into the air. You will want to watch this video if you intend to get this SMSL DO100 DAC preamp and find out why it almost blew me away, almost, and my equipment too. So stay tuned and like and subscribe for more hi-fi reviews as I tell it as it is. Yeah, my first SMSL has landed. It's a DO100 Pro High Resolution DAC. Let's have a look inside. What's this? Ooh, it's a card. It's a membership card. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the SMSL club. Okay, let's have a look inside. The DAC power cord. And I think this is the remote control. Haha. Let's get it out. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so I will share my first impressions and then hook this up to my different systems, different speakers, and I'll see what kind of setup speakers this is more suited towards. And of course, I will be comparing this with my vintage audio lab, and I'll share my thoughts, differences in terms of the sound, if any. Let's take a closer look at the back. So in the power section, there is an IEC socket with a power switch. The power switch feels very good and firm. The USB-C input supports up to 768 kHz, 32 bits. The Bluetooth supports up to aptX HD and even LDAC, 24 bits, 96 kHz. And there's a HDMI ARC and optical and coaxial. Okay, for the optical and coaxial, they support up to 192 kHz, 24 bits. And in the analog output section, there is the RCA outputs as well as the XLR, but I'm not sure whether these are balanced XLR. Overall, the build feels very nice and sturdy, very good quality, nothing is shaky, and even the connectors are gold plated. Even the pins in the XLR connectors are gold plated. Let's have a look at the front. So at the front, there is a knob, yeah, it feels very nice and sturdy as well, okay, and there's this tactile clicking effect. It doesn't make a sound, but it feels clicky. The knob acts as a volume control as well as it's also a button to let you enter the menu, and then you can cycle through the different functions in the menu, as well as making the different selections, like changing the inputs, yeah, by dialing the knob. Okay, so the same functions, all the same functions can be found on the remote control as well. And also, okay, one important thing is that, okay, it's made of hard plastic, so it doesn't become sticky. You know, some remote controls has this soft touch material that becomes sticky, yeah? Like this my Audio Lab remote control, which became sticky, and I had to, you know, I had to paste a layer of sticker onto it so that it doesn't feel sticky. And the buttons itself, yeah, feels nice to press, although they do attract dust. Yeah, as you can see, it's already dusty. And at the top here, okay, at the top corner here is the SMSL logo with this curved design, yeah, which looks very nice. And of course, it is high-res audio certified, okay, the Japanese certification sticker right here. Okay, so overall, it's a very, very good build quality. Listening test. First up, I'm using these huge speakers behind me. I'm streaming lossless music using the Deezer app, Deezer. It has this feature called Flow. It's a very clever algorithm that is able to suggest music that I like. Even when my mood changes, I don't know, somehow it knows that my mood has changed and it will suggest other genres of music that also suit my taste, and I love it so much. And the second reason is because it is able to stream lossless music. I'm using this WiiM Pro Plus, okay, to stream Deezer into my system here. And this WiiM Pro Plus is connected to the SMSL DO100 Pro using a optical cable, and the DAC preamp is outputting an analog signal via AudioQuest cables into the Rotel power amp. Okay, and the Rotel power amp outputs its signal via AudioQuest cables again to this NHT 2.5i. It's a legendary speaker. Yeah, I've had it for so many years. It's almost vintage, but it still sounds very good. The mid-range is on top. The tweeter is here. It's an aluminum dome tweeter, yeah, just for your info, and it would probably influence the sound that I'm going to share, yeah. And it has a 8-inch subwoofer here, so it goes from 29 hertz, if I remember correctly, 29 hertz all the way up to 25 kilohertz, if I remember correctly. For the full list of equipment, check the description. For the listening test, I put it through various kinds of music, various genres of music. Generally, the music that I listen to on a day-to-day basis. Things like acoustic covers, chill-out music, rock, pop, new age music, lots of vocals. Yeah, I like to listen to vocal music, and even pop and even electronic dance music. The main thing that stands out with this DAC is its ability to resolve the music. The bass has good punch, good kick, good thump. There's texture in the bass. I'm able to hear the difference between a kick drum and a bass guitar. It sounds crunchy and crispy, even in the mid-range and the top. Yeah, I can hear the crispiness of a brass instrument, like a clarinet, like a saxophone. Yeah, the hits on a piano. Yeah, very crisp and crunchy. Yeah, it sounds as if it's coming out to bite you. I swapped out the NHT with this Windjammer by Raw Audio. It may look tall, but it's actually a very small speaker. As you can see, it's only as deep as my hand and as wide as my hand. This one uses a soft dome tweeter. Oh, and by the way, before I go on, I was saying that the NHT, when paired up with the DAC, created a bite in the sound. So I experimented with the filters. Okay, some DACs come with filters where you can switch around and maybe tone down the sound or change the sound a little bit. But for this DO100 Pro, when I play around with the filters, I couldn't actually hear much of a difference. Yeah, it's probably my ears are not sensitive enough. And every filter that I tried, right, the bite is still there. But is the bite due to the NHT speakers, aluminum dome tweeter, or the DAC? What about the audio lab? How does it sound? Does it have bite? I'll come to that later. Okay, back to the Raw Audio Windjammer. Okay, how does it sound paired up with the DAC? Okay, is it still bitey at the top? No, not bitey. Does it have bass? Not at all. Okay, this is a small speaker and I'm listening to it in a big living room. The space is quite big. I usually use this in my bedroom, yeah, where the space is much smaller. And I have this against the wall, okay, the front wall. And my listening position is on the bed, which is against the back wall. So I will get a bit more bass from there. Yeah, it's actually a nice and smooth bass in that setup. But in the living room right here, it's about 2 or 3 feet away from the back wall. And it's a huge space, yeah, in front of me. Behind the camera is a huge space. So there's no bass at all. Okay, but by no means it's any faults of the DAC. Yeah, definitely not. But it's because of a very small speaker, small driver, and the speaker use a transmission line, but I suppose the driver is too small to push enough air. Yeah, even with a big power amp that's driving this speaker. Okay, but how's the sound? How's the sound? Is it still able to resolve the separation, instrument separation? How about the clarity? How about the imaging? Yeah. All those qualities are still there. So I was listening to Liberty by Annette Asvich. Yeah, in the middle of the song, there's one part where there's a backing vocal as she's singing. I could hear 2 separate voices very clearly, right? Even the positioning, one is centered and the other one is off-center, as well as at the end of the song where the saxophone was fluttering, yeah? All those, right, could be heard very, very clearly. So then again, I attribute that to the ability of this SMSL DO100 Pro in resolving the music. Yeah, it's one very capable DAC. Next, I hooked up the Super Zeros, the NHT Super Zeros, another pair of legendary speakers. And these are really tiny, small speakers, no bass whatsoever, but the top end and the mid vocals are absolutely beautiful. And so how does it sound with the SMSL DO100 Pro? So I listened to Liberty, I listened to this Raising Venus by Malia, listened to Ashes by Celine Dion for the movie Deadpool 2, as well as Runaway by Aurora. Okay, so it's able to create the sense of scale, right? It sounds really big. and the sounds dissolves, okay? The highs, the reverbs, yeah, dissolves into the air. And that's the kind of quality I'm able to get by pairing these Super Zeros with the DAC. Yep, yeah, it seems like the smaller the speaker, the better the sound. So what about the bass? We need bass. How to enjoy music without the bass, without the kick, without the low end, yeah? We can add an active subwoofer to this, okay? There's a way to do it, and I'll come to that later. Let's talk about the audio lab first. Let's keep it short for the audio lab DAC. Okay, the model is MDAC. Okay, I use this in my main system, which is paired to this Rotel Power Amp and the NHT 2.5i speaker. The sound is resolving, okay, it's dissolving, okay, creates a sense of space, and overall it's a very relaxed sound, okay, from the top to the bottom. And I would fall asleep every time I listen to music on this system, okay, in the sofa. I will fall asleep, and that's my benchmark for good sound, good music, okay, a good system. But that doesn't mean it is better than the DO100 Pro SMSL. Yeah, because it's all a matter of pairing with the equipment, okay, to get the right sound. But having said that, right, that if there's one word to characterize, okay, each of these DACs, I would characterize the SMSL as an analytical DAC and the Audio Lab as a relaxed DAC. What's interesting is that audio equipment in recording studios are also usually analytical. So if you use this DAC, you will probably be hearing what the recording engineers, the audio engineers hear in the studio. But you will also be getting the listening fatigue that comes with it. And here's how you can connect your active subwoofer. Since we have two pairs of outputs here, both outputting the same signal, okay, so you can use either the XLR or the RCA connect to active subwoofers, and the other pair, okay, you can connect to your amplifier and to the passive speakers, or directly to an active pair of speakers. And here's the part where SMSL almost blow me and my system away into bits and pieces. Straight out of the box, the volume was set at 99 max volume. I connected this to my power amp, almost started to play the music. Thankfully, I played with the volume controls and found out about it. SMSL,